Alright, so I had a taste for a green leafy vegetable like a collard green, but I didn't have all the time to make collard greens, so I figured let's use the collard green cousin. Let's do some spinach. And let's kind of doll that up a little bit, make it real pretty and classy, you know. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So you need 1 yellow onion, a skillet of course, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1/4 cup of salsa de tomate, tomato sauce, 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, and you'll need about a pinch of ground black pepper. Slice your onions up really thin, really nice, real thin. Drop that olive oil inside that skillet right there. Let it get nice and hot. Roll it around. Then drop in your onions. Saute these. Add your kosher salt. Toss that all around. Sweat that flavor out. Then add your black pepper. Add your spinach. Yeah, buddy. Pile it on there. Then go ahead and add your minced garlic. 1 teaspoon there. Then add your salsa de tomate, tomato sauce. 1/4 cup. Pour that in there. Swirl that all around. You'll come out with something beautiful, just like this right here. I am strong to the finish because I eat my spinach. Didn't Popeye say so? Doesn't that look good? Don't you want to just reach through the screen and just bite it all up? Enjoy. We're going to make tacos. All right, and so for this recipe, these are the ingredients and the items that you will need. Some Shady Brook Farms ground turkey. We'll be using this right here. Taco Bell seasoning. A little bit of cayenne pepper for the more caliente in you. A little bit of Morton salt. Roughly about a 1/2 teaspoon of that. Use these right here. Some tomate. Some diced tomatoes. And I have some shredded lettuce. Yeah, I cut it all by hand. And this right here. These Taco Bell crunchy shells. I have 12 right here. If you need more and you got some more hungry people in your house, get 2 packs, get 3. Get how many you need. Some queso. Got some mild cheddar. Some sour cream. Only Daisy sour cream would do for me. Right here. We Taco Belling it out tonight. We got the mild sauce for Taco Bell. You got you some Tabasco sauce. A good old skillet. A wooden spoon. And a wooden spatula. So you don't hear all that clankety dank dank dank. Season this meat right here. This beautiful, beautiful ground turkey. Original taco seasoning mix. All in there, just like that. Mix all that seasoning in there. Drop some of that vegetable oil in there. 2 tablespoons, that's all you're gonna need. Yes, ma'am, and so our ground turkey is officially done. Here is your regular taco. Here is your taco supreme. That's what we want. We want both of them because they're both good. A wonderful mild sauce. It's right here. Tabasco sauce. Tacos. I figured I'd show you how to make a low carb shrimp taco. All right, and so for this recipe, these are the things and items that you will need. I have these 10 beautiful, succulent, colossal shrimp. Some of this right here. Kosher salt. Some garlic powder. Some ground black pepper, some Spanish style paprika. Because we're not using a taco, we're going to use this right here, some romaine lettuce. We're going to use 1/2 of this red onion, 1/2 of a tomato, 1/2 of an orange bell pepper, 1/2 of a green bell pepper, and 1/2 of a rojo, red bell pepper. Some sweet kernel corn. For your sriracha mayo, this is what you will need. This right here. Hellman's mayonnaise. Some spicy sriracha. Yeah, my friend. Good old cast iron skillet. Go ahead and rip off a couple leaves of this good old romaine lettuce. Cut it right here, just like that. Slice these bell peppers in half. You see? Very colorful. All right, now it's time to go ahead and season up our beautiful colossal shrimp. We're going to sweat out the flavor of those good old veggies. A little bit of this right here, kosher salt. Add a little bit of this right here. Add a little bit of corn. Let's go ahead and toss these babies in there. To make our sriracha mayo, we're going to use this right here, Hellmann's mayonnaise. I swear by that, but you can use Miracle Whip if you like. And we're going to use this right here, our sriracha sauce. It is very spicy, muy caliente. And our sriracha mayo, we're going to add roughly about half teaspoon of that to it. Add a little bit of garlic powder, because I said garlic makes everything better. That's what I'm talking about. Your sriracha mayo. There you go. Here are your low-carb shrimp tacos. One with the sriracha mayo, one without. Take your pick. Take your pick. I want both of them. Thanks for watching. And so the missus said that she wanted some chili. I'm like, yeah, that does sound pretty good. So why not show them how to make chili? All right, so these are the ingredients and the items that you will need for tonight's recipe. I have here some ground turkey. Gonna fry it up with this right here, a little bit of Wesson. A couple tablespoons of kosher salt, some paprika, maybe a little complete season. Need some cayenne pepper, you know, for the muy caliente in you. 2 green bell peppers, 1 red onion, sweet corn, 1 can of that. Some light red kidney beans, you know, rojo, red in Spanish. Frijoles negros. We're going to use some black beans. We're going to use 1 can of that. We're going to use 1 cup of sun-dried tomato, 1.5 cup of spaghetti sauce, 2 cups of chicken broth, some garlic. We're going to use some minced garlic, roughly about 2 tablespoons of that. A 5-quart pot. First thing first, let's go ahead and cut up our fresh veggies. Let's do that. You know, the dried beans. We're going to be waiting a long time, bro. Now it's on to our red onion. Let's go ahead and start chopping that up. You want a robust chili. They don't have to be chopped in any type of form or fashion. So we got all of our veggies chopped up with our Santoku knife. So now we can go ahead and season up our ground turkey. What we're going to season it with, I'm glad you asked. We're going to hit it with some of this right here, that kosher salt. Ground paprika, some minced garlic in there. Make it work. Wesson. Of Wesson away. Let that get nice and hot until it starts rippling. What we're going to do is sweat the flavor out with a little bit of this right here. Morton salt. You can also hit it with a little bit of black pepper if you want. Let's toss that good old ground turkey in there. So we're going to saute this down. Down to what? We're going to saute it down to something beautiful. So now we're going to add this right here. Our chicken broth. We have 2 cups. Add the 1.5 cup of spaghetti sauce. We are going to add our sun-dried tomato. For the muy caliente in you, we're going to go ahead and add this cayenne pepper. Going to put roughly about a tablespoon of that in there. Going to throw that in there. The sweet corn gives it a little bit of a flair. You know what I mean? What is a chili without these right here? Some kidney beans and some negros frijoles, some black beans. You got to throw that in there. The reason why I'm throwing these last is because they are already cooked. And so you don't want a pot of mush. Here's your homemade chili. Oh yeah. Look at that. Gotta take my glasses off. Everything is good. Do this. Do it right here. I'm going to show you how to make a spicy peanut shrimp and chicken pasta. You will need here about a pound of cubed chicken breast, 10 beautiful succulent colossal shrimp. You will need some peanuts, some dry roasted peanuts. You'll need this right here, this Panda Express orange sauce. Powerful stuff. Some minced garlic. You're going to need some cornstarch. You're going to need 2 yellow onions that have been sliced thin. Vegetable oil. For seasoning, you will need about 3 sprigs of fresh thyme, some kosher salt, and some cayenne pepper, some coriander seed. You're going to need some angel hair pasta, a 3-quart pot. Here, a good old cast iron skillet. Let's go ahead and start cooking. Season up our meat, kosher salt, cayenne pepper. All right, so let's go ahead and mix those seasonings in there. Mix that in there. Let's do the chicken first. It's gonna be good, I promise. All right, let's start frying. Drop them in there, and when they're done, take them right on out. Now that the chicken is done, it's on to the shrimp. So we're going to cook these roughly on each side for about 1.5 minutes. All right, now that our shrimp are done, let's go ahead and get them out of there. 2 tablespoons of that. That's all you're going to need for this part. Remember the onions? We're going to throw that in there. It's of time. 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Our wonderful orange sauce by Panda Express. Thank you, Panda. We'll hit it with some more caliente. Hit it with a little more cayenne pepper. Our good old peanuts. Remember we said we were going to put peanuts in it? Yeah, we're putting peanuts in it. Mix all that in there like that. Bring it to a simmer. So our sauce has come to a nice and beautiful simmer there. Throw your shrimp, your chicken. Throw it in that sauce. Toss it around in there. Toss that around there just like that. Here is your spicy peanut chicken and shrimp pasta. Eat your heart out. Enjoy. Get your fork. Get your knife. Go to work. All right, so I have some ground turkey inside the house, so I figured why not make some chili? Yeah, so I got me some dark red kidney beans in a can. We're going to make it real simple. I have some negros frijoles, black beans. Got those right there. All of these are going to be canned. It's going to be simple. And I even got some sweet kernel corn, you know, for that little sweetness to it. We like a little bit of a sweetness to our chili. And I have some salsa de tomate, some tomato sauce. Got that right there. Goya's the best. I also have some Swanson chicken broth, you know, for that extra little chickeny flavor. Something like that. And I figured I'd add a little bit of salt to it. You can season it to your own liking. And I have some garlic powder because garlic makes everything better. I also have right here some good old ground cumin. Yeah, I like that. I like the flavor of cumin. And then I have some basil, some dry basil. I'm going to use a little bit of that, not much. Got us some parsley flakes. Use a little bit of that. You don't have to use a lot of it. Then I have some cayenne pepper for the more caliente in you. You know what I mean? Add some of that right there. And hit it with 2 yellow onions. Yes, we'll need 2. The more onion you need, the better. Slice these onions up. Make them as thick and chunky as you like them. I like mine on the chunkier side. You know, I like a chunky chili. Rinse those beans off inside the water. Get that extra gunk and all that extra sodium off of them. Rinse those like I'm doing right here. Then you go ahead and season up your meat with all those wonderful seasonings that we said we'd use. Mix all of that in there. Use your strong hand. Pan sear it right here. Be sure to turn it over. Keep your pan on a medium heat. And then we're going to go ahead and saute our wonderful onions. Sweat them out with a little bit of salt, you know, to get that little flavor out. Add your basil and your parsley to that. Then you can go ahead and add that cooked ground turkey to it. All the juices and everything. Add your chicken broth. Let it come to a nice simmer. After you let it come to a nice simmer, go ahead and add your salsa de tomate, your tomato sauce. Then throw in that sweet corn. Go ahead and just mix all that together there. It's a beautiful dish already. It's not even done. Wait, there's more. Go ahead and add a green bell pepper. Forgot to mention that. Yeah, add a green bell pepper. For that little extra flavor, if you will. Go ahead and bring it to a nice simmer. And then go ahead and add your beans. Yes, ma'am. Throw those beans in there. Bring that to a nice simmer. Let it get nice and bubbly and you'll come out with something beautiful like this. Let's go ahead and plate this bad boy up and make a plate that looks a lot like this right here. This wonderful basmati rice, the chili, and even a piece of cornbread, sopping up that extra pot liquor from that chili. Enjoy, enjoy, and enjoy. It's a chili kind of night. Get your spoon, get your fork and knife. Use your hand if you want to. Dig right on in. All right, so we bought a rotisserie chicken for dinner, but I was like, nah, we got to do something different with it. So I'm going to make a shrimp chicken salad. So you start off by taking all the skin off of that beautiful little chicken. And now it's cutting time. Be sure to slice the chicken right down the center of the breast. And then peel from the inside out. That's how you get all of the bone out of the chicken. That'd be the best way to do that. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and put it inside a bowl and set it aside. Let's go ahead and start working on our onion. Get the prep work out of the way first. Dice it up as fine or as chunky as you like. Now boil some water. because we got to get that nice and piping hot for these beautiful shrimp right here. Going to go ahead and toss those shrimp into that boiling hot water. Let them boil for about a good 5 minutes. It doesn't take shrimp long time to boil, and they're officially done right here. What we're going to do next is we're going to shock them in some cold water. We'll go ahead and add the shrimp to our chicken. Yes, ma'am. Then we'll hit it with some kosher salt, some garlic powder, with some basil, some paprika, and we'll mix all of those seasonings in there. Then we'll go ahead and add our onion to that and bring out Hellmann's, bring out the best. Mix all that in there. Then you add your sriracha sauce for the more caliente in you. You know what I mean. Mix all that in there. It's going to be beautiful, just like this right here. Dig right on in. All right, so tonight I had a dilemma. I had a taste for seafood, which you see these beautiful shrimp, and I also had a taste for Jamaican food. So I went and looked inside the seasoning cabinet, and I found this right here, this beautiful Jamaican curry by Mimi's. It is absolutely the best. So why not make some curry shrimp? Duh, let's do that. So I went ahead and sliced up 2 onions, sliced them very thin. I don't like large chunks inside my curry anything. That's just me. I don't care for it, but you know, to each its own, do what you like. So then I put them inside the skillet, put about roughly 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil in there. And we're going to go ahead and toss those onions in there. Now, the thing is, we are going to cook these not completely tender. You're going to cook them partially tender. You still want them to have a crispiness, a little bit of a snap to them. And it calls for a better presentation, if you will. Be sure to move those onions around in that cast iron skillet because cast iron tends to get very hot and it will scorch your food. Nobody wants a plate of burnt food. I know I don't. Don't you walk away from that skillet. Keep your eyes on it. Babysit that skillet. So I looked in the freezer and said, let me go ahead and bring out the sugar snap pea stir fry. Let's do that. You know, for some veggies. You got to have some veggies with your food. You know what I mean? So I said, let's pull that out and threw it inside that skillet with a little bit of vegetable oil again. And so we're going to cook these until they're your desired tenderness. Some like their peas and things to be very snappy. And, you know, it has a beautiful watercress in there. But cook them to your desired tenderness. If all else fails, follow the instructions on the package. That's the best thing to do. And so now that our veggies are done, I said, let's go ahead and pull out 3 tablespoons of butter. We're going to toss that into a skillet. We're going to melt that on up. Be sure to keep your skillet on a medium-high heat as you do not want to burn your butter. That calls for a very disgusting taste, if you will. Then what we'll do next is go ahead and toss the shrimp into that skillet with the butter. Season it up with your curry seasoning, less or more depending on your own taste bud. Some like a lot of curry, some like a little. But to each its own. Do what works for you. Now you can go ahead and add your onion to that. It's not going to take long for this to be done because that beautiful golden yellow is, it's calling my name. Isn't it calling yours? Makes you want to bite your screen, doesn't it? And you'll come out with something like this right here. Hit it with that basmati rice, the best rice there is, and went and put that beautiful stir fry around it. Those succulent, beautiful curry shrimp. It's going to be wonderful. Go ahead and enjoy your curry shrimp.